Good evening, sir.
Good evening. Okay, let's go, guys. Oh, got to turn my other camera off. It's going to confuse me. There we go. Chin up. Oh, come here. Take one. Raise your right hand and recite the tenets. Shijok, courtesy, integrity, perseverance, self-control, indomitable spirit. And the student oath. So, I shall observe the tenets of Taekwondo. I shall respect the instructor and seniors. I shall never misuse Taekwondo. I shall be a champion of freedom and justice. I shall build a more peaceful world. Maro. Welcome, everybody. Great to see you. Hopefully you'll be aware of the announcement that we can go to gathering sizes of up to 25 people starting later this week. We will finish this week in Zoom classes, and starting next week, we'll be training outside. Now, I've spoken, Marathi guys, it's been awesome having you. I've spoken to Mr. Gilpin, and I understand now with gathering sizes of up to 25, you'll be doing more regular training as well. So I won't be abandoning you, which I was a little bit worried about. Nate and Jess, just to let you know, I've got a great view of your ceiling and I can't see you guys at all. So I'll send details out probably this weekend about how it's going to work. I'll review the information from our survey, think about all the different parameters, and then decide where training is going to be, when training is going to be, and then we'll get started next week. As we usually do with outdoor training, you can wear a hat, put some sunglasses on, make sure you've got sunscreen on, put on some sports shoes. We are still restricted to be socially distanced. So we'll be training, 2 meters apart. That means we are restricted still as to what kinds of exercises we can do. We can't do things like, sparring drills, with each other close up. We can't do focus type work. We can't do pad work and that sort of thing. But there's a lot we can do. So free sparring, for example, just with a bit more space, so you're kind of imagining that, watching your opponent really closely. There's a lot that we can do. Okay, so we'll be outside. The other thing, of course, is when you're training outside, there's other people there. That's going to be cool. And when you're working through patterns and things, it's much easier to remember which foot to move and which way to go and stuff like that when there's somebody else there doing it with you. So hopefully that will make life a lot easier starting next week. Okay, let's get started. I'm going to warm you up a bit first with my noodle. So if it goes high, of course, duck down, come up, 2 punches. I'm modifying the downward ones. If it's down on this side, stay away from it, reverse punch, come back. If it's down on this side, sideways away from it, reverse punch, and come back. Okay, so step away from the noodle when it comes downward. Ready, 1 foot forward, 1 foot back, switch when I switch. I'll add more stuff as we go. Remember to punch after you duck. Step away from the noodle, reverse punch. Yeah, if I go forward, you follow me by going backwards. If I go backwards, chase me forward. Remember your reverse punch when you step off sideways. Okay, if I open up my elbows, I want to see side kick, punch, punch. So shift in, side kick, punch, punch. If I open up my elbows, if I drop my hands, you blitz in. 1, 2, and then straight back. If I blitz in towards you, fade away side kick, punch, punch. Once more, if I open my hands, front leg side kick, punch, punch. If I drop my hands, you blitz in. And if I blitz towards you, fade away side kick, punch, punch. Okay, ready? Keep your hands up, keep your guard up. Side kick, punch, punch, straight away. Yop, chagi, punch, punch. That's better. What's in? Okay, if I throw my yop chagi, I want you to block my yop chagi, reverse punch. So you can either do that with your split step punch or with your knock punch. Whichever way you want to do it, that's fine. Keep your stances. Come on, Nate, get moving. A little bit faster now, get those brains on. And come on, grab a drink. Get your hands up while you breathe. Squat down. Stand up. Down. And up. This is not a squat. This is not a squat. This is not a squat. Down to at least 90 degrees. Down. Up. 4. Up. 5. Up. 6. Up. 7. Up. 8. Up. 9. Up. 10. Up. Push-ups. 10. Go. Squats. 10. Nice and low. Go. And 10 push-ups. Squats, go. Push-ups. And grab a quick drink. Just a little thing about grading next week. For those who are grading next week, it will be, sorry, I'll split that out. Those who are grading from Muay Thai, your grading will be via Zoom on Wednesday. So the day may have changed for you. It will be on Wednesday via Zoom. Those of you from Glendowie who are grading, your grading will be on Tuesday at 6 in our outdoor training venue. Those who are not grading, we're going to have 2 separate groups with separate instructors. I'll be taking those who are grading, and Dr. Vales will be taking those who are not grading. Okay, so we'll still have class for everybody. So that's Tuesday. Okay, everybody on your feet. Let's work through some fundamental movements. I want to see everybody fundamental movements for their own grade. Nate and Jess, I still see a lot of your ceiling and not so much of you guys just yet. Left and right, choose a fundamental movement from your grade and do it left and right. Left and right. When I say change, do a different fundamental movement. All stances and hand techniques at this stage, no kicks yet. Stances and hand techniques. Choose some movements from your pattern. Focus on taking your time and getting strong movements and good stances. So I might be here, return, looking in the correct direction, correct your stance, check, go. Choose some fundamental movements from your grade and get going left and right. Blue belts, for example, I want to see the difference between your reverse knife hand side block and your palm upward block. The heights are different. The method is different. Tiffany, with your circular block, stop just outside your shoulder. Don't go wide out here like this. Okay. Stop just outside your shoulder. That's it. Nice, Elijah. Just make sure that front hand, Elijah, has got your fingertips at the height of your shoulder. Rather than your elbow in close to your body, bring your fingertips up to your shoulder, like a knife hand guarding block. That's it. Looks good. Good, Aiden. Just straighten that wrist up. Ved, make sure your front hand is blocking, not down here. Make sure it's up here doing a block. That's better. Then work on your stance, being 70% on the back leg, a little bit more on the back leg than the front, Ved. You're too far forward like this. A little bit more than half on your back leg. Hunter, can you raise your hand for me? Yep, thought that was you, Hunter. Just wasn't sure who was who from that distance. Make sure you're using 2 hands for your block. So extend your other hand out and pull it back to your hip. 2 hands, okay? Always 2 hands. Where you go. Extend the other hand out, and then as you block, pull it back to your hip. That's better. Cohen looking good. That backhand, just bring it up so it's in front of your opposite badge. Rather than being back here, just bring it up, covering your body a bit more. And forward slightly with that backhand. So when I say your badge, I mean the opposite badge. So not the same badge over here, the opposite badge. That's it? Yes. Bit more power, Arnav. Still a powerful movement. Okay, change, do a different movement. Jess, if you're doing the reverse knife hand side block, remember that is shoulder height, not down here. If you're doing the palm upward block, remember it's circular. Okay, got to see the difference. Ved, cross on top. Your striking hand goes on top, closest to you, and then pull your hands apart. Cross and pull your hands apart. That's it. That's better. Let your foot glide. Kelsey, can you just wiggle the fingers of the front hand for me? Go back to your son, Paul Maki, and wiggle your front fingers. Wiggle your fingers at the front hand. Now, other hand. Oh, good. I was just checking that it was palm forward. I couldn't tell whether it was the palm was the right way around. Good. Thank you. You're doing fine. Isabella, make sure you're using 2 hands there. With that palm downward block, extend the other hand out and then pull it back to your hip when you block. 2 hands. 2 hands. As a team, I pull this one back to generate power. Okay, one more fundamental movement from your hand techniques. Go. Show me a different one. One of your blocks or attacks with your hands. Go. Good. Elijah, just make sure you're crossing and using 2 hands. That's it. Good. So 2 hands for that block. Good. Looking good. Cohen looking great. Alex, good. Is it Arnav? I can't quite see the length of your stance, Arnav, so I'm not sure whether it's long enough. Good, just lock that back leg straight. And come on. Sorry, Aiden, just a little bit flat with that forearm. Your elbow can be slightly lower than your fist when you're doing your rising block. So rather than trying to make it flat like this, where you're not going to be able to stop something, just has a natural angle to it. Okay, grab a mouthful of water. And then get up and start showing me your kicks. Okay, up into your kicks, guys. Where you go. I'll just grab attendance while you're getting started. Okay, pause for a moment. Always make sure you're doing your kicks from a strong stance. Some of you are just waving your legs around. Start from a good stance, maybe an L stance, forearm guarding block if that's appropriate. Do a kick, and then finish with a strong stance again. Put some effort into the techniques, make them strong. Start with good balance, your kick's a lot easier. Where you go. Do 10 kicks each leg and then change kick. Nice rows. If you have any questions, you can unmute and ask. Keep your hands tight, Toby. Oh, I absolutely can, Rose. Just letting her in now. Okay, welcome back, guys. Tiffany, look like you mean it. From here, you're just lifting your leg up and then sticking your hands up. I want to see strong kick, strong block, strong kick, strong block. With downward kick and pick shape kick, it's relaxed on the way up and you're pulling it down. So the downward motion should be faster than the upward motion. Should be pulled down. Aiden, just watch your foot angles. Ved, get your hands under control. They're waving all around the place. Control your hands. Make a good guard. Good, Toby. Make sure you do a guarding block after your kicks, Toby. Get your hands up when you kick. Sam R, I think it is. Keep your hands up when you kick. Elijah, for the vertical kick, bring your knee up bent and then snap it as you bring it across. So your knee comes up bent and that's it. Yes, straighten it as it comes across. Good. When you do it as a stretch, you do it as a straight leg. But when you do it as a kick, your knee comes up, bent, straightens, and then bends again. Makes it a lot faster. Good, Mr. M. Just relax into that kick. On the left leg, Mr. M, you want to turn your body the opposite direction. Your right leg's going fine with your twisting kick. With your left leg, you are turning the wrong way. So you want to twist away from the kick. Body and leg in opposite directions. Diogo, after you kick, you're dropping your leg. So not like this. After you kick, retract. And then lower your leg. Okay? So kick, control. That's better, Diogo. That's much better, Diogo. That looks good. Try and turn that foot on, Ev. Toby, for back kick, you spin toward your back. Okay, and then extend it out. You've got to lift it up to your belt height at least. So, Toby, if you're going this way, it's not a back kick, it's a bad side kick, right? Side kick, you should be facing sideways. For back kick, you have to spin toward your back. Look over your shoulder, lift your leg, lean and kick out. Okay? So spin towards your back for back kick. Isabella, keep the hands up when you kick. Don't have lazy, sloppy hands. Nina, keep the hands up when you kick. No lazy, sloppy hands. Keep them up. Mr. West, Christian?
With the front check and kick, does the supporting foot like lift up at all, or is it meant to stay on the ground?
It's at the moment of the kick, you want it on the ground.
Right.
So it'll naturally, to get your pivot, the heel will come off the ground slightly. But at the moment of the kick, you want to have it on the ground because you'll need it for stability to resist the person that's moving in towards you.
And what angle is that foot at?
The supporting foot or the kicking foot?
The supporting foot.
Let it be natural. If you try and do it with your supporting foot forward, it's really awkward. So it'll naturally turn out slightly. So maybe about kind of 25, 45 degrees.
And the other one, sir? The
kicking foot, straight up and down. Same sort of foot position as the side piercing kick, straight up and down.
All right, thank you, sir.
You're welcome. Good questions. And come on. Okay, grab a drink.
So.
Yes, ma'am. Christian, far away.
For the crescent kick, when I do the kick, I usually kick a little bit off to the side. Should I kick straight in front of me or just a little bit off?
The target is center. It'll start out to the side and then come in towards your center. This way. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Cool. Does that answer your question?
Yeah. Thank you.
Awesome. Okay. Let's see you all do your patterns. We're going to start at Chon-Ji and we're going to go all the way up to Chomu so that everyone's got a chance to remember their patterns before we get out in front of each other in the park next week so we don't embarrass ourselves. So starting at Chon-Ji, Jubi, I'm going to just pick people to put front and center for this. And I'm going to start with Toby. He's going to be front and center. Okay, Chon-Ji-tul. Oh, there he is. Haha. No pressure, Toby. Chon-Ji-tul. Everybody, Junbi. Shi-jo. Pull right back to your hip, Toby. And push that back leg straight. Push the heel into the floor. Watch the L stances here, Toby. Watch your width. Punch the center line, Toby. Make sure that's it. And just be careful. Sometimes your walking stances are a little bit narrow. Okay, so make sure you got the train tracks for all of your walking stances. Come on, battle. Shot. Good stuff. Okay. Oh, I'm going to get Nina for Dangun. Okay, Dangun-tul. Jubi. Shi-jo. Just watch. Don't rush. Don't rush. Watch, you got the weight on the back leg for your L stances. That's it. 1 and 2. Just down, low block, rising block, Nina. 1 and 2. That's it. Now you're rising blocks. 1, 2, 3. That's it. Really good, Nina. Just be careful that your chukumaki, your rising block, is over your head. Okay, I'm just going to put. Okay, cool. Because sometimes it's your fist over your head rather than your forearm. So make sure it's the forearm that's over your head rather than your fist. Good work. Bottle. Okay, Dosan. I'm going to have a look at Alice and Rose for Dosan, unless they hide from me. Oh, no hiding from me. There we go. Okay, do santo. Everybody, 준비. 시작. High block here, remember, eye level. Okay, finish this movement, then release. Good. Left leg there, Rose. You're getting mixed up with the funny stepping. It'll be easier when we're outside. We don't need to move our feet around in funny places. Make sure you're looking at the target. Good. Come on, battle. Nice work. Okay. Now. Oh, 1-0. Let's have a look at Zach. Okay, 1-0 to beat. Ready. Just feet right together there, Zach. You're in close. That's it. 시작. Watch that L stance. Wait on the back leg for your L stance a bit more. That's it. Good. Thrust. That's it. Okay, Zach, after you do the front snap kicks, it's only one punch, just the reverse punch, not two punches. Does that make sense? Cool. I'll put myself on camera and illustrate what I mean. So you do your circular block, kick, reverse punch, circular block, kick, reverse punch. Also, just make sure, Zach, when you're doing those side kicks, pivot that supporting foot. Make sure you're pivoting the supporting foot all the way around behind you. You've got lovely height and stuff. That pivot will just help you to get a little bit more stamp. Awesome, good work. Okay, let's have, what are we up to? You've got bottle. Take a breath. Oh, I'm going to look at Arnev for Yugok. Oh, actually, no, I'll save Arnev for Jungun. I'll look at Elijah. Where's Elijah? There he is. Okay, Yugok to beat. 시작. Good. Just trying to lock that back leg out, Elijah. Straighten that back leg right up. Looking good. Remember, those are eye level at the end, those blocks. So a little bit higher, Elijah. Cool. Come on, Baro. Nice work. Go back to your last movement, Elijah. left foot comes back to the middle. So return, well, yeah, that's it. Bring the left foot back. That's it. Got to make sure you got the right foot coming back. Okay, good stuff. Jungun. Once you get to your own pattern, of course, just repeat and work your way down. Just keep practicing your patterns. Jungun, 준비, 시작. Lift that kick up, Arnev. Forearm guarding block, step forward, forearm guarding block, Arnev. Other side, that's it. Come on, bottle. Apart from those soft kicks, Arnev, that looks good. And I'm going to assume that there's a reason for the soft kicks and let you off for it. Nice. Okay. Tegetu. Isabel, you're up. Okay, just keep working through your patterns, guys. Tege, 준비, 시작. Looking good, Isabel. Nice and sharp. Very nice. Hold your last movement. Come on, bottle. Nice, Isabel. Couple of things for you. The double forearm low pushing block. It's powerful, so don't make it soft. So it's still fast, but just think more about a longer breath and pushing, but it's not soft. So you're here. So from here, this way, then just reach up and grab the head nice and quickly. So you're grabbing the head, and when you drop down, drop your body in your knee and lift your knee up. And your hands come down to here. The hands, I think, started a little bit low, so they didn't really move very far. So you want your hands starting at eye level, and then you drop so it's about a head distance. That's it. Looks good. Cool. Nice. Okay. I'm going to put two people up now. Liam, you're up. And Lockie is up. Oh. I don't want me there. Okay. So everyone now practicing your own pattern. Here he is. Okay. Red belts are on Hwa-Rang. 준비. 시작. Good, Liam. Just keep your wrist straight, that front hand, Liam. It's just a little bit bent. Drop your elbow a bit and straighten your wrist. That's it. Hold your last position. Come on, battle. Shot. Okay, we're going to do one more pattern. Everyone's going to do their own pattern. And I'm going to throw a couple of people on spotlight. I've got the M family on spotlight. Yes, I'm going to put Aiden on spotlight and Cohen. Cohen's on spotlight. The Hunter and Fletcher, you're going to be on spotlight. Oh, that's not what, there we go. And who was the other person I was looking for? Aiden. There he is. Okay, so everybody doing your own pattern. Jump. She jump. Hunter a little bit longer in those walking stances and lock that back leg. M family, I'm not sure whether you did enough knife hand guarding blocks there. Should have been 3. I think you might have only done 1. Aiden, good. Just remember to have a nice long walking stance and lock that back leg straight. Cohen, good. Excellent power. Hunter, wider in that sitting stance, young man. That's it. And make sure both of your feet point straight ahead. Diogo, look at the target. Look at the thing you're striking. That's it for both of those movements. Now hold the last movement. Come on, bottle. Shot. Grab a mouthful of water. Okay, I'm going to give everybody 5 minutes now to demonstrate and repeat their step sparring. So yellow belts, 3-step, green stripes, 3-step, green belts and blue belts, blue stripes, 2-step, and so forth. So your own step sparring. If you happen to have a partner you can work with, great, work with your partner. If you don't, then you'll be doing it alone. Okay, ready? And get into it. Nice and sharp as if it's grading day. Show me your best step sparring. Let's go. You're all on camera. Longer stances there, Ved. Long, strong walking stances. Once you're crossing, Ved, cross on top for your low block. On top for your low block. And knife hand side strike there, Ved. The left hand. That's your right hand, Ved. You're right the first time. Left hand. That's the right hand. Don't step forward there, Ved. You'll be too close to the opponent. Good, Nina. Good, Arnav. Just watch your pivot and keep that back hand up when you're doing your turning kicks. That's it. Control the hands. That's good. Good, Isabel. Try and get that flying vertical kick to come across a little bit more. That's better. Yes, it's good on the better on the left side. Good, Elijah. You're looking nice and sharp tonight. That's better with that downward block, Mr. P. Cool. Just be careful when you're stepping back for that downward block, that you're stepping straight back so that the second attack makes sense. If you step off on an angle with your downward block, then the side piercing kick's going into thin air. So you need to be in danger of that second attack. Does that make sense? Cool. Alice and Rose looking good. Come on, good. Okay, now show me yourself for your releasing techniques for your grade. If you have access to a partner, great, use your partner. If you don't, demonstrate that you know them alone. If there's any you don't know, feel free to come up and ask. Go unmute and ask if there's any of your sequences you're unsure of. Okay, Alice and Rose, remember your body grabs, your lapel grabs, your throat grabs, hair grabs, those things. Isabella, grab a handful of something squishy and twist it. Just to get that flinch. Once you've got the flinch, then you can release yourself out. Good, Nina and Nina's brother. Danilo, you'd find that a little bit more effective with your finger under the philtrum.
So,
Yes, ma'am.
when they do like grabbing the wrist, can you take it forward like up and then down, or does it have to be directly down?
You can do, it all comes down to opposing the thumb. There are actually lots of different ways to get out of those releases, and some of them you use to control your opponent as well. The key thing that you want to do at the start there is relax. But what you're suggesting when you go upwards and then down, you can have your opponent try and resist against what you're doing. So you try and lift them up and they'll try and pull down, and then you drag them downward, and that can be quite effective. So yes, try it, and if it works well, use it. So there are a number of times that we do exactly that, where we try and move the opponent's attacking tool in the direction, opposite the direction we want it to go. They resist it, and then we drive them in the direction we want, and they're helping us in that direction. So yes, that can work sometimes very well.
Okay, and what if that person has like way more strength than you, and you cannot get out of that type of block? What could I do in that?
There's a couple of things. The first one is you've got to make, first things are what I'm emphasizing with the young kids. You've got to make sure you're using your entire body. You can't get out of the release from a stronger opponent just using your arm, for example. You've got to use your stance. You have to use your whole body. Second thing, you have to have the technique right to get the release out of the weak part of the grip, the thumb. So if you've got the technique right and you're using all of your power, that's the most important part. Second thing is then using two hands for the hand grab. So you really using you want to get all of your body weight, all of your mass against the grip of that person's hand. So you can imagine that they have to be very strong to have enough grip to resist against all of your 60, 55 kilos. So as long as you get that technique right and all of your mass into the movement and get that release motion working, then it should be great. It should work well. Does that make sense? So it comes down to practicing the technique and using your entire body when you do so.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. P family. Oh, thought you had a question. And come on. Good work, everybody. Face your partner if you're working with a partner. To it. Killing it. And grab a mouthful of water. Then we're going to do a quick stretch. Okay. Sitting down, both legs out. One leg over the top and twist. So just to reiterate, I'll get information out to everybody about training next week, probably this weekend. Training next week is probably going to be outdoors. I'll review all the information, but it looks very much like everyone's. Who wants to go and train outside together rather than training in your own house? Who would rather stay and train inside your house by Zoom? Okay, not a lot of people going for that second option. Cool. So that tends to be what our survey is showing as well. So make sure you read the information carefully about how to prepare for that with sunscreen, hat, sunglasses, sports shoes, change legs. Those of you grading, of course, it'll be our first formal session outside next Tuesday. And it'll be from 6 till 8 or something like that. But make sure that you get outside with your sports shoes on if you're going to train in sports shoes, and practice training in sports shoes outside on the grass. Because grass outside is not perfectly flat like your floor inside. So you want to get used to doing a little bit with some slight bumps and stuff in the ground. So get out there and practice this week and over the weekend, so that next week things are feeling comfortable for you. As I said before, anyone who is not grading, Tuesday there will be a class, the same place that we're all training, but we'll separate into 2 very distinct groups. A grading group with me and a non-grading group with Dr. Valles. Now, those who are not grading at the moment, there's another grading in about 5 weeks. It's coming up very, very quickly. So make sure you're really focused on getting your syllabus and stuff ready. Both legs out, breathe in and forward. Make sure you're studying your theory. Remember, we did a lot of work in the last couple of weeks on the theory of self-defense as well, and that's going to be tested. If you're unsure of any of that and you don't have the book, you can go back to our recorded classes and watch those segments where we talked about the theory for self-defense. Your pattern histories, of course, meaning of belt colors, your Korean terminology, all that sort of stuff you have to know, because I'll be testing it. And heels in. And legs down. I'm really excited that so many of you are going for grading next week. The fact that we've been locked in our houses all of this term and some of last term as well, and to have so many of you ready for grading is really cool. And those of you, almost without exception, those of you who aren't up for grading this time are really close to being ready for the next grading. So I'm very, very pleased with what I see from you guys. It's great. Not true in all the classes, but in this class, we've got a good bunch. So good work, everyone. Congratulations. And turning sideways, lying back, legs up and open. Well, our family, I didn't realize you were one household. I thought you must have been 2 households that just happened to, be close siblings living close together. But you're one household. Oh. Fantastic. Your legs straight. I just let my arms hang while I'm gripping my trousers, and I pull my legs apart a little bit. And close your legs. Standing up.
Oh, you don't.
On the ground. Make sure you're practicing over the next week, guys.
What?
whoever that is. I think it's somebody's not on mute. I thought so. It's Tiffany and Toby. Making silly noises. So make sure you're practicing, guys, over the next week. Stepping through your patterns, making sure you know heights, trajectories, movements.
At least we won't cut that one.
And change leg.
But the funny thing.
Aiden, please tell Emily I miss her at training. I hope that knee's coming right. So Thursday will be in your lounge in Zoom, and then next week's going to be outdoors. That's just going to be time to get all the details out to everybody. And relax, sit and tidy up. So righto, guys, just a reminder that your grading will now be, regardless of what the email said, your grading will be on Wednesday at 6 o'clock via Zoom, so that you don't have to come all the way across to Glendowie and then go all the way home again. So we'll do yours by Zoom on Wednesday. Glendowie, guys, yours will be in the park on Tuesday, and then we'll be getting ready for the next grading in a few weeks' time. Thank you, everybody. Great to see you. Sit up. Chon-Ji, take on. How's up?
Master V.
Thank you, sir.
Thanks, guys. Good night.
So I have a question.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah.
Thank you, sir. Lego.
Fire away with the question.
Yes, Alex. I'm just wondering, for the email that you sent, if we're grading or not, have that
Bye, sir.
Bye, Tiffany.